so frank with you. The body has to be removed from where it is.
Abusuapanin no I'm Abusuapanin no fine. I'm a man who knew me body da. Almost a DCC, Miss me call transitioner. Almost Abusuapanin say, me back my mammy. I pay a tea rumors will be a firm wound. Until now, 6 is almost a DCC, and I could see that. Yet, he said, you feel caught, no? Almost judging my after 1.5 hours. Can't see me 20 billion. And son, almost the body now. Now that time, so now Friday. I wanted. Time Ben, the Liverpool Bank Ben. And a 1.5 hours, even 20 billion cents. It year now. 80, almost the body in my Abusuapanin. Abusuapanin Jimmy Kaki. Yeah, won't be but the body is fine. So, say, I feel one back social media because they have that power. Every did the attempt, so we are crazy. And I want a voice saying out to say body, they will feel. It is a cancer in him, somebody no fear. Now, you need genuine that. Now, whom in young, and then a casa 3 days, send you. Now, will you? If you see now,
It's no more. We are hoping that you are representing the family.
Yes.
You are representing the family.
Yes.
Can we say that somebody has been identified to hold the position?
Anyway, not now.
But you have come as the immediate family.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So, are you a corner or a sona?
A corner family.
Now, in your submission, you had wanted this very house to help you identify the place that the body has been laid. That is number one. And so I'm going to speak upon what you just put to us. As we sit here, the identification of the place will not come from us. Because we were demanding and still demand that you know the house of our son and brother at Legon area. And East Legon, they call it. But the place is New Nungua. Now, you know the house. And from the spokesperson of the deposed Abusuapanin, he came on social media and said the body is remaining in Daddy Lumba's house at East Legon. And so if he said the body is there, and one lady too on social media raining insults on Gadango has also confirmed this, that the body is there at Daddy Lumba's residence. And one young man also came on social media and was, I won't say bragging, but he was saying that no power on earth, even the police, can go exhume the body. Then they know the body is there. So if you have come to us, we will not tell you where the body is, because it is all over. It is all over. But we want to say that in the Gadambi land, it is not all that easy for somebody to be buried in his home. It's not all that easy. If that can be done, I've expressed all this. If that can be done, there are, as I said, there are some norms that have to be observed. Because one, Before you do that, we know the statutes of the country. They have got bylaws and laws and all these things, they say it. But bylaws are limited. Before you can bury somebody in the land, earlier I said we have a song, Yen Ara Yasa Seni. It is expensive for us, and that very land that we possess was gotten through the blood of our forefathers. Our forefathers in Gadangui are completely separated from the forefathers of Asante. So in our land, if we are to bury somebody in the land, then that person must be of a royal, of the reigning, divisions. I'm talking about the reigning traditional divisions. So if you are not a part of this tradition, it will be difficult for you to be buried in your home. Even Wulomen and kings and queens who are buried in the land, a lot of things are done. The family has to go through a lot. And then number two, we also look at the sightings of our deities. When we look at the sightings of our deities, the Dangbe have their deities, the Gan have their deities, but we are one. I don't know whether we have some people who have stayed in Accra for a while. When you go to Tema, there is Chemu at Tema. And then when you come to Choko, there is Chemu at Choko. There is Sakumo. From here, going to Tema, Sakumo is there. And then when you go to Buko, there is Sakumo Wulomo also there. So our deities intertwine with the people. You move and this deity is here, you go forward, the same deity is there. This is how the Gadangbe is. So we are saying the deities have also been mistaken to be ordinary to the eyes of those who do not share with Yen Ara Asase. So the deities have to be pacified. We said it earlier. So we are expecting that if the family has come forward, such is the discussion that we are intending to hold with the family. But we have seen that it is like the family is broken into fragments. And so you are different, which means there might be another family that will also have to come forward. But if you are representing the family, then we would, not so long from now, we will have to design a time so we can meet you. And then put before you what we would seriously like to discuss with the family. But to be so frank with you, the body has to be removed from where it is. We are saying the body has to be removed from where it is. And you want to use the statutes or the bylaws of the land. Before somebody is buried, one has to be directed to a particular place for the body to be put. We have cemeteries which are public. We have cemeteries that are private. We have cemeteries that have even been designed by institutions. The military have their cemetery, for instance. And so, one has to apply for these areas to let the body be put. But we seriously want to sit with the family and then see how the pacification of the land will be, pacification of our deities will be. And then, like I said, when it goes this way, one needs to sit down seriously and see how best the land is salvaged Because if the body rots in the ground, there are some, we say, muhimbe, the islets of some waters. So human body, water from the human body can seep into the ground and may run into streams, and when every stream, especially with us in Accra, like you also have in Asante, every stream is a spirit. So these are the things that we might wish to talk to you about. So we would like to design a suitable day for you to come over, and we want you, please, come not with people to come and take pictures and videos and that very stuff. Come so that we sit down as traditional people and then talk about tradition. This is what I will put forward to you.
Say and the Yaba, the old Bia, no more man come here, or man can't trade.
Wakabag mami, you wonder chata intishin. Don't let your back say be you more one direction. Okay, I get one here, if you are a few. What was she tamo? A year, that will match it. We'll get one with that.
I didn't talk any now. I shall say to be in the 7 years. I say, the Abu almost what I was saying. Well, I said no, the cat or Hanaka or Moya, which has a room to be a free by Thomas. That was in a commercial say if you be free at everything, same reason.
From somewhere before arriving at where we've got into, we wrote a letter of invitation requiring to have the presence of a name given to us as Abusuapanin Wusu, with nickname to Park. So we were expecting that he could come to sit with us. And it's like no name has been mentioned when the introduction was done. So may we ask, where is he? And why hasn't he joined the team to come to this place?
I Abusuapanin, Nana Roma Oken. Concern ye Abusuapanin view, ye too. It's on your Abusuapanin dada. On your Abusuapanin view. Emma a corner for Akunan. And as a poor family, no, ye two next radius. And ye friend or Rebecca said, Abusuapanin dada. We are, yes, I'm going to say. Na nana musu womu chefa. Nti e baaya ikuta ensem panti. Wo mu ade ka ho. Na nana onye no mu fani apaye na ye hu ba bia ye wo fa asa asa ye nua no oda. Ya man ye. Na me fa nsa no.
I'm not being in a nice blue fish and Lumba. You've been another. You've been another bar.
Woman, dear. Nanatiame, Sansaya, the Yama Abana Nanimuni. Woman Fenia Paye. Na Eya. I was them. You must say Abana Nanimuni, Omia Paya. Baby, I offer us an Irian done.
All I said is that I have to identify the elders that I'm sitting with for the sake of our brothers and sisters that have come to join us. We do things in common with the Usumankwahin of Asante. We are in regular contact. We see no difference between the people and the Asante people. We know we stayed once upon a time at a place together. We stayed along the shores of the Lake Chad we today know. Lake Chad, if today you pick the Nigerian map, you will see Lake Chad in a corner up there in the northeastern part of Nigeria. We stayed with the Kotoko at that very place. It was later we broke into 2 divisions, and Kotoko took to the west, but we descended down towards the coast. Later we heard Kotoko joining in the areas that we call the old Ghana and Mali and Songhai. So Kotoko got into this group, but we descended down towards the coast. Later, during the times of Obukuwari, there was a friendly pact that was entered into between the Ghana and the Kotoko. We don't know you as Asante, we know you as Oloko. So that cordial relations have been there. And then we descend into the modern times, where the European entered and forced us to accept what traditions they have. A tradition also came from the Arabia Peninsula. They came to tell us, if you want to go to heaven, unless you let your name be called Abudulai and Seidu and that kind of stuff. And another tradition also said, if you want to go to heaven, unless you become Mary and Martha and Joseph and the like. But when we were with Kotoko, we know we had our tradition. And that has persisted up to today. So you are welcome. We are sitting representing the Gadangme. When we say Gadangme, we of the coast, we call ourselves Gan. And we took the eastern part. But we took the western part, but the eastern part runs from Bose, then stretching to Yellow Crobo and Shai Osudoku. So we are representing this stretch. We heard of the burial of our dear son and brother. But there is a song that is sung. It's common to all of us. Nimekename. Allah lalaku. Ama mehiwo. Mawo no kuni na kain lala wodomono no wakel. We was Sunday. I said there is a song that is sung, and nationally this very song has been accepted by all. The tune is easy to grab. That song is Yen Ara Yasa Sinu. And yet, aboard Ding Mayen. Mojanwa, I'll end there. I am going to end there. This land belongs to us. And this very land is highly expensive to us. This same land was secured for us through the blood of our forefathers. We in the garden have taken this very song as a pride. And I know you also coming from the territory of the Nsumankwahini that we share with. We know you also sing the same song. But I want us to dwell upon that blood. Because when we come to join you in the territory of the great king, Santihini, we cannot come to pride ourselves with the blood that was used to create the Ashanti that today you have. So also entered into us. You cannot pride yourself with the blood that was used to create what we also have. But beyond this, we are brothers and we are sisters. But the blood that was used to carve the territories for our two traditional areas, we shouldn't be mixing it. This is why we stepped in when the hula balloon started. But you are welcome. We are one people. We are under one shadow, the shadow we call Ghana. You, Ashanti, have stayed under the banner of Ghana before. And that Ghana is not the 1957 Ghana. We are talking of a Ghana that existed. And a Ghana through which you descended and have come to stay. So when we say Ghana, we know you rather stayed among what we said Ghana of old, whilst we also came in the likeness of the Kushite. That is the Gan and the Gambia. History has to be recounted. Looking at things that are being portrayed on social media, left, right, center, insults are being raised upon us in the garden. And this is even touching the Gamanje. But you are sitting under the shadows of the spiritual overlord of the Gadambi people. His name is the Bobu Ulo. We are not insulting anybody. We are not at war with Ashantis. Like I said before, we stayed at one place. We again are not against our son and brother that was buried in our land. We are not against him as a person. We are not against the family or relatives behind him. No. What we want to say is there are norms that have to be observed before burials are done in the home. In my earlier submissions, I raised things of this nature. Like I continue to say, our Bible even entrusts into our hands that before things of this nature are done, the Lord God Almighty himself directs that we need a strong drink to be poured before some sacrifices have to be done. Strong drink. Numbers chapter 28, verse number 6 and verse number 7. The Bible says, I didn't say it. God said this to those who read the Torah and those who read the Old Testament. God said, every sacrifice that you have to do, it has to be with a lamb, or you can say sheep. Not the sheep the Americans are bombarding, but it has to go with the sheep And for every sacrifice, before the sheep is cut, it has to go with a strong drink. And you can quote me anywhere, because Numbers chapter 28, verse 6 and 7 establishes that. So for any custom or tradition that has to be done, you cannot do away with the sheep, and you cannot do away with the strong drink. Like I said before, the insults that are being rained on us, we will not tackle it. What is lying ahead of us is how best we can collaborate and then see to the problem that has brought all of us together. So based upon all the lengthy lecturing that I've given, I'm shortening it to say, O baken or nya baken are word for you are welcome.